This is the first of the series of lectures on construction management. Today we are going to talk about the construction industry. The learning objectives are: distinguish the principal characteristics that define the construction industry, differentiate between the four major sectors of construction projects, and evaluate current trends within the construction industry. The construction of a building or infrastructure involves first an assembly of people, a definition of process, and the creation of site-specific workspaces. So it's a conglomerate of people and trades. Construction projects can include Egyptian pyramids to Gothic cathedrals to buildings, bridges, roads, highways, etc. In order to do all these construction, you need a construction manager who will be working for the owner, actually manage the construction. Construction is also intertwined with other aspects of our lives. It is affected by developments in technology, computers, government policies, labor relations, and economic and political practices. Innovations in robotics and computer modeling have also affected the construction industry. By using computers for modeling structures and imitating wind and seismic loads, architects and engineers can better anticipate nature's constraints and create better designs to counteract them. So, what is the future of the construction industries? We're going to discuss this in various lectures throughout this semester. The nature of the construction industry. The US construction spending is roughly $1.3 trillion. That is according to the US Census Bureau in December 2018. The total construction is roughly 6 to 7% of US GDP. There are many small businesses such as mom and pop business. The main goal of a construction industry is to create a physical object. Could be a house, could be a condominium, could be a stadium, and so on. It's basically a service industry. It has high sales and low assets. Roughly one third are public construction, where two-thirds are private constructions. But most importantly, it has very unstable demand. A lot of work are seasonal work. Most work is regional. Does construction drive the economy? Well, it does. Financial institutions, medical services, accounting firms, and real estate companies have all been involved in recent mergers, consolidations, and conglomerations. Construction, however, is a study of contrasts. The physical nature of the product is a unique undertaking. It has a specific or known clientele. It requires major investment, production in temporary plants, exposed elements during production, labor intensive, mobile assets, numerous and changing hazards. It is very technically complex. Multiple components manufactured in other industries as well, and then brought to the site for completing the construction. Now, there are four main construction sectors: residential construction, commercial construction, infrastructure and heavy highway construction, and industrial constructions. Residential construction usually are done by mom and pop businesses, small businesses. Typically, they use wood products and light gauge steel. They have low overhead, but there is high competition, and as a result, there is low profit margins and a high number of bankruptcies. Those smaller companies have close working relationship with the owners, and their market demand is strongly influenced by interest rate and economy. When the interest rate is low, people tend to borrow more money and build their homes. So residential construction includes individual homes, small condominiums, and apartment complexes. Unique aspects of commercial construction. They're technically complicated construction systems. Numerous specialty contractors are involved, and there is a variety of construction materials are also required. They require extensive knowledge in construction process communication and leadership skills. Office buildings, large apartment complexes, shopping malls, theaters, schools, universities, hospitals are some examples of commercial constructions. Industrial construction requires highly specialist expertise. Substructure construction is the key. It requires heavy materials such as steel, concrete, is very schedule driven, technologically more complex. Some industrial constructions include steel mills, petroleum refineries, chemical processing plants, automobile production facilities, work with all these trades. Unique aspects of highway or heavy construction, mostly financed by public, designed by registered professional engineers. You don't need any architects for this type of projects. Large quantity of materials, heavy duty construction equipment required, higher percentage of self performance, and there is also higher profit margin. Roads, highways, bridges, canals, dams, tunnels are some highway or heavy construction examples, and they are designed principally by civil engineers. So why is a construction manager needed? If the project is big, you definitely need a construction manager. So increased project size, increased organizational complexity of the project, technical complexity of the project, and more complex interdependencies between work packages that has to be coordinated by the construction manager. So you need a construction manager to do that. And the construction manager also ensures that the government regulations and local codes and policies and requirements are met. And overall, to get a good speed of the construction, so it saves money in larger construction projects. It also drives the cost, schedule, and quality to the optimum level. So that's why you need a construction manager. Now, what kind of knowledge you require in a construction manager? That person should have full financial knowledge, methods, materials, labor conditions, local labor laws, unions, people and organizational skills, other laws and regulations required by state, county, city, or federal. And then overall, he has to or she has to have extensive knowledge on construction cost estimate. That can save significant money to the owner. The construction project. They're unique, large, outdoors. They need team working. The future of construction is the image. So certification is an important part of the good image of construction people. And also construction is not a disruption. That needs to be understood. There is a changing demographics in construction industry. There's a declining technical skills because of older people are not willing or are not coping with new technology and new knowledge, and younger people are not getting into the construction industry as much as they used to be. So there are increasing responsibilities among the people in the construction industries. We're going to talk a little bit about ethics today. First, ethics involves learning what is right or wrong and then doing the right thing. Ethics is the fundamental ground rules by which we live our lives. Ethical guidelines are often translated to laws, regulations. Is there a difference between ethics and morals? Morals guide how we ought to behave, like examples of moral values: respect, honesty, fairness, responsibility. Reasons to be concerned with ethics. The law. In 2002, Congress passed the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, auditing and financial regulations for public companies. Reputation and competitive advantage, consumer boycotts, efficiency and effectiveness, employee trust, loyalty, commitment, and initiative. ASCE Code of Ethics. The Code of Ethics has four fundamental principles. Engineers uphold and advance the integrity, honor, and dignity of the engineering profession by using their knowledge and skill for the enhancement of human welfare and the environment, being honest and impartial, and serving with fidelity the public, their employees, and clients, striving to increase the competence and prestige of the engineering profession. And number four, supporting the professional and technical societies of their disciplines. The fundamental canons, there are 8 of them. 1. Engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of the public, and shall strive to comply with the principles of sustainable development in the performance of their professional duties. Engineers shall perform services only in areas of their competence. Engineers shall issue public statements only in an objective and truthful manner. Engineers shall act in professional matters for which employer or client as faithful agents or trustees, and shall avoid conflicts of interest. Engineers shall build their professional reputation on the merit of their services and shall not compete unfairly with others. Engineers shall act in such a manner as to uphold and enhance the honor, integrity, and dignity of the engineering profession, and shall act with zero tolerance for bribery, fraud, and corruption. Engineers shall continue their professional development throughout their careers and shall provide opportunities for the professional development of those engineers under their supervision. And number 8, engineers shall, in all matters related to their profession, treat all persons fairly and encourage equitable participation without regard to gender or gender identity, race, national origin, ethnicity, religion, age, sexual orientation, disability, political affiliation, or family, marital, or economic status.